And yeah, I saw it's huge. Yep, Magnus finally came out with a statement. I will talk about this in a second. We'll talk about why he can't go deeper in a moment. Not that I have insider info, I'm just speculating. He plays better than I thought, and he didn't look nervous enough. Yeah, there's a lot to digest here. So, hey, pump the brakes a little bit. Let's give everyone a chance to get here so they don't keep asking what's the update on the chess drama. We're in no rush, baby. No, there has been zero evidence against Hans in cheating at the moment. But there could be some on the horizon, at least according to this, as well as a comment left by chess.com. Didn't they compare his play to perfect AI play? Yes. Yes, they did. There's been quite a bit going on over the last 24 hours here. My man's really excited to hear the chess drama update with the anal beads. Yeah, no, there's been quite a bit here. It's more than just Magnus's statement since the last time I dove in. So there's been a lot going on. A man said, holy shit, Magnus made a statement, I gotta see what Charles has to say. The prodigy. Actually, hold on, before we start with the statement, let me give you guys... We're gonna go in chronological order. The statement's the most recent thing. So we'll go in the order of events as they unfolded. I don't know, it depends on what category it makes landfall as. If it's not a super huge storm, yeah, we'll storm chase it again this year. If it is, we probably won't. But we might still try to go to Waffle House. Since we just learned about the Waffle House Index, this would be the perfect time to immediately try it. Yeah, I'd never heard about the Waffle House Index until last night. I had legitimately no idea. So for those that don't know, I'm sure most of you do by now, I guess, since apparently everyone knew. The Waffle House Index is a legitimate thing coined by FEMA. So there's 3 levels to it, and this is for like serious storms. So there's code green, which is full menu, restaurant has power, damage limited, no damage at all. This is during like a hurricane or something, so they stay open during every natural disaster. Like if a fucking portal to hell opened and rained fire, I guess Waffle House would still stay operational. That'd probably be a code yellow, which is limited menu, no power, only from a generator, or food supplies low. And the only time they're closed is when they are literally destroyed. Legitimately, like, crumbled to the ground. That is the only time a Waffle House is closed. A code red. So it seems like under no other circumstances will a Waffle House ever be closed. We're still on this? No, we're not still on this. Someone just brought it up. So yeah, if it's not like a super serious hurricane when it makes landfall, we'll chase it like last year. We'll get in Matt's truck and try and like storm chase it. If it is a little more serious, we might just try and go to Waffle House. We'll just use Waffle House as our way of gauging the storm's intensity. Alright, let's dive into chess drama. So, this was posted yesterday. This is the chess.com CEO. He made this comment. I want you all to know that this has literally been all that Danny and I have been focused on for weeks now. I know that everyone has wanted everything to come out immediately. Unfortunately, it just doesn't work that way when you're sitting in the chair of massive responsibility. There's so much work going on behind the scenes. This isn't bullet chess, we're doing world championship prep. All I can say now is, put your seatbelts on. This wild ride is not even close to over. So those are fighting words. Like, that's... You know, that's not your grandma's threat right there. That shit has meat to it. This is the fucking chess.com CEO. So this is a legitimate fuckle your seatbelt moment. This leads me to believe they have like legitimate evidence to cheating. Keep in mind, chess.com did ban Hans Niemann after the Magnus Carlsen game and doubled down, saying that Niemann wasn't truthful with how often he'd cheated or this and that. And now with this statement, it leads me to believe that they have some actual evidence for the first time. Whether it's anal beads, whether it's more mundane cheating, such as someone coughing in the audience to let them know a move. Like, who knows at this point? Maybe they even found the discarded butt plug in the dumpster with the chess bot on it, the stockfish. The stock plug. Really, it's anybody's guess. But after this was posted... Then there was a lot of investigation being done on Hans Niemann's over-the-board games. Where did those go? Give me a second. I didn't think it'd be this far down. Here. So, They ran an analysis over Hans Niemann's like recent over-the-board games, and according to their analysis, they found that a lot of his games, like 10 plus, had 100% engine correlation score. So he played moves that the chess bots make with 100% accuracy on those chess bots. And then to put it in perspective, past cheating incidents have never scored more than 98. So that's a little peculiar. But this was also controversial because some of these games with 100% accuracy weren't even wins. Where the fuck is it? I literally just passed it. Here. So some of these weren't wins apparently. And then this also had controversy as well because... Wait, why? Hold on, now I'm getting lost in the sauce. Why was this one controversial again? Oh, here. Because it's a problem with how many engines there are. So you'll eventually just find games with like 100% correlation just based on how many engines there are. That's what it was. It was a problem of just so many for the sample size. So if you just like keep running enough analysis using multiple engines, you'll eventually get like 100%. So that analysis also brought a lot of scrutiny. And then that brings us to Magnus Carlsen's statement. Today, Magnus Carlsen finally came out of the witness protection program and gave us a full statement. So, I don't want to read this whole thing to you. So, basically, Magnus Carlsen's statement is confirming what we all believed, that Magnus Carlsen thinks Hans Niemann is a cheater. He thinks he doesn't play properly. Like, he thinks that Hans Niemann is somehow cheating. He doesn't provide any evidence here. He says he does want to say more, but he's limited in what he can say without explicit permission from Niemann to speak openly. That's a pretty head-scratching statement because why would he need permission from the guy he's accusing to speak openly about it? And the closest thing I can come to an explanation is that perhaps he might be under a cease and desist or something, like some kind of gag order from Niemann's team to not talk about it. That would be my guess. I don't think it has to do with anything of like being sued. I don't think that's it because if that was the case, him just making the statement could be grounds for defamatory statements. I'm guessing it's something to do with like some kind of cease and desist or some gag order kind of deal. I'm not really sure. But regardless, he says he wants to go into more detail but can't at the moment. But there is still an ongoing investigation into Hans Niemann's suspicious play. Some of the things he cites strike me as kind of moldy. So he says, his over-the-board progress has been unusual, and throughout our game in the Cup, I had the impression that he wasn't tense or even fully concentrating on the game in critical positions while outplaying me as black in a way I think only a handful of players can do. This game contributed to changing my perspective. To kind of like Reddit armchair psychologist read this guy like, doesn't seem like he's concentrating. That's a little weak. It could be suspicious for sure, especially given Hans Niemann's past, but that's not really evidence or anything like that. But it does seem like there is evidence that exists. Like the Reese of Honey Beef. Oh yeah, I love his sign-off. Sincerely, Magnus Carlsen, World Chess Champion. That's such a big dick maneuver. Yours truly, Magnus Carlsen, the best to ever do it, pussy. Oh, true. Yeah, he could have had like a brain chip, like a Starlink into his actual like frontal lobe. We haven't even considered checking for that. I know nothing of chess, but is it that unbelievable that someone is better than Magnus? Legitimately, it is that unbelievable. Like, I will say it is very hard to believe that Magnus Carlsen could lose to Hans Niemann while Magnus is playing the white pieces. It really is that unbelievable. But it can happen. Other grandmasters have come out and said that Magnus legitimately just played poorly against Hans. Have you seen Hikaru's video on this? Apparently many people have been thinking that Hans has been cheating over the board. I haven't seen Hikaru's video on it, but I've seen the posts from other grandmasters on it. Every grandmaster right now is tossing their speculation into the ring, and most of them, I will say, most of them actually do find Hans Niemann's progress as well as some of his games rather suspicious. Not all of them are hard accusing him of cheating, but a lot of them are a bit unsettled by how he's been playing. Magnus hasn't lost as the white pieces since 2010. Is that a real stat? Holy fuck. Bin Feingold. Oh yeah, Bin. So Bin's been taking a very hard stance against Magnus. Bin's been one of the more outspoken ones against Magnus and his accusations of cheating against Hans. And you can understand why, because there's still no evidence. No one has provided any evidence to cheating. Like, it is... Like, I get why so many people are, like, pushing against Magnus. There isn't evidence. And I'm kind of in that camp, too. There's still no evidence to convince me that Hans cheated. But I also don't think Magnus Carlsen would risk this kind of move unless he was certain or had something to indicate foul play. In my opinion, they should play 5 to 10 games over the board and see how the games shake out. But if Magnus isn't willing to play him, then it's hard to say for sure. Maybe Hans got unlucky. How would we know? How would we know if they barely play each other? Well, yeah, Magnus said he's never going to play against them again. Also, even if they did, that wouldn't prove anything because it's very possible he cheated in that one tournament and never again. I don't think he cheated. Again, I haven't seen anything to indicate he did. But that's the thing with chess. You'll never know. No proof against Lance Armstrong either. What? Well, not initially, I guess. Bro, the proof against Lance Armstrong in doping was overwhelming towards the end. But yeah, you're right. Like, for the first however many years he was doping, there wasn't much evidence. You're not wrong there. Am I missing something, or why don't they play bigger tournaments face-to-face? No cheating there, I suppose. Well, this was a big tournament, and face-to-face. The thing is, though, even without the butt plug, let's live in a world where there was no anal beads or butt plug. There is so many breaks you can take in chess, and it's not even considered unusual. I think it was the Prophet Narditsky. I think he was talking about how it'd be very easy to cheat because you can, like, go out to the parking lot, and you could just have someone, like signal you a move on the board. Voice crack. Like, these grandmasters, like, they only need one hint. Like, in a position, they only need one hint. And you can win the entire game based off of that. So it'd be super easy to cheat. And it's something Magnus even mentions somewhat in his statement. It's something that all the highest level players have been aware of how easy it would be to cheat. But they all just don't do it because it'd be such a reputational risk. I was reading something interesting. The cheat doesn't even need to be a move. All they need to know is if there's more than one right move. I think that was Magnus Carlsen you're reading who said that, yeah. They don't even need to know the exact move. All they need to know is there... Here, like, there's 3 things, I think. Is there a tactic? How many right moves are there? And... What was the other one? I can't remember. It was something like that. There was a third one. I can't remember what it was. But yeah. If you just let a grandmaster know, like, how many moves are in a position, or if there's only one right move in a position, they will find it. If the investigation concludes that Hans didn't cheat, is Magnus' career over? No, he will still be the best in the world by a large margin, but he will be viewed as a salty baby boy. Like, he will take a massive reputational hit if it is proven beyond a shadow of a doubt Hans Niemann is innocent. Now, if it's proven Hans Niemann is a cheater, Hans Niemann's career is over. And Magnus Carlsen goes right back to the god status. No, Magnus definitely isn't invincible. I think he will literally always be number 1. Like, I don't see that title ever going away from him. He is truly a different breed. But if it is proven Hans Niemann is innocent, he will absolutely take a reputational hit. He'll still be number 1. He'll still absolutely fucking blue waffle in these tournaments that he enters. But he won't be viewed in the same pedigree as he currently is. I had no idea chess was so big. No, chess is huge. Even financially, it's huge. I think... Here, I'm going off memory. I think Magnus Carlsen has earned $40 million from chess winnings or something like that. Let's see. No, not net worth. It was comparing the earnings of all of the biggest chess players throughout all of history. And Magnus Carlsen was number 1 by far. Let's see. Why can't I find that? Damn, this one has Hikaru at 50. What the fuck? This is not even close to what I saw. Magnus Carlsen was very far ahead there. It was an article on chess.com, was it? What was it called? How can they prove he wasn't cheating in that instance? It's not like they have a time machine to inspect his butthole. Bro, I have no idea. I don't know how you prove he was cheating either. It's just a hard thing to prove or disprove. Chess.com tweeted it. I think this is what their Twitter's called. When did they tweet it? How many days ago was it? 46 days ago. You're just making shit up. There's no way it was 46 days ago. I only saw it like a couple days ago. My god, maybe it was 46 days ago. Regardless, he's made a lot from chess. A ton. There's a video on earnings on chess.com's YouTube page. Okay. Maybe that's where I saw it then. Maybe it wasn't a post. Do you know how much anal bead sales went up after the Hans incident? No, I bet there was a big surge though. Magnus 9.1 million, Anand at 9.5. Oh, nice. Oh, I wasn't even close then. Was I looking at net worth then? I thought it was winnings. Okay, let's check out the Last of Us trailer. I don't think I've missed anything on chess, the chess situation. I'll of course keep you all posted as more gets brought to light. But yeah, that's where it's all at right now.